Welcome to Reese Photography Training Sessions. In a very short 3 years as a full-time photographer and cinematographer, my work has been published in magazines to billboards. I've served as a director of photography for commercials to feature film. Whether your interest is digital photography or HD video, my goal is to make sure you have creative control over the outcome of the project, one shoot at a time. Let's create some magic. Welcome back to Reese Photography's training series. The last episode, we took a much needed trip outside of the studio and captured the young lady's headshots using only available light. So today, I know I told you I would show you how to use electronic flash or strobes, but I said, you know what? Everybody might not have strobes. So I went down to my local hardware store and picked up 3 very inexpensive clamp lights. Clamp lights can be found at any hardware store, Ace, Home Depot, Lowe's, even Walmart has clamp lights. My particular clamp light that I have here in my possession, I think I only paid like $7 or $8 for it. You can find them some that have a larger reflector. Those are a little bit more expensive. You have to check the price once you get to your actual local store. The light that we're going to use in the reflectors that we have are fluorescent bulbs. I found a pack of 4 daylight balanced fluorescent bulbs. They're 100 watt a piece and they render very good color, and they also consume very low power. They're good on the outlet, so if you have multiple lights hooked up, you don't have to worry about running up your bill because they're very energy efficient. So the challenge for today, I went online and I looked up some different product shots. I found a photo of a glass that I like. Then I came across a watch. I was like, you know what? I have a watch just like that. And here it is. So the challenge for today, we're gonna use 3 clamp lights, 100 watts a piece, so 300 watts to capture the product shots. Let's make it happen. Okay, so before we get started, let's take a quick look at the watch we found for inspiration. Can you tell me where the photographer placed his lights? If I had to guess, one light coming from the left of the frame and a possible second light or reflector bouncing the light back into the band of the watch. Did you guess right? Awesome. The better you get at seeing the light, the more detail you become at shaping your subject with just the right lighting. Now, let's take a look at our setup. We will photograph the watch slightly off center to the left. I have my camera set to shutter speed 1/100 of a second. The aperture is at f4 and the ISO is at 320. We have 3 lights. So let's turn off all the lights and turn them back on one at a time to see how it affects the watch. Let's start from the back. Starting at light number 3, our backlight, which is why it's positioned to the back of the watch. The backlight's main purpose is to separate our watch from the background. The watch is black, the background is black. So this light is going to help show where the watch stops and starts. So let's go ahead and turn it on. So now that it's on, you see that it's definitely illuminating the backside of the watch, as well as it hits this reflector, it's casting some of the light to the front, the face of the watch, which is a good thing. Let's move on to light number 2, our field light. The field light actually is going to illuminate the band, the side band of the watch. It's positioned right here in the angle. So as I turn it on, you see that the light casts a good light and a good highlight around the band. So we have 1 light left, the main light. Let's go ahead and turn that light on and see what happens with the watch. So now that we're at our last light, let's go ahead and turn it on. Okay, so that's looking pretty good, but I have one issue. Can you guess what it is? If you said the reflection, you guessed right. I don't have a problem with the reflection being on the top part of the face where it starts to go into the band, but the reflection on the face of the watch is an issue because we start not to be able to see the main part of the watch, which is the face. So let's go ahead and turn this light off one more time just to make sure this is the light that's causing our issue. And sure enough, it is. So let's turn it back on because we definitely need this light to show the face of the watch. So in order to remedy that problem, let's go ahead and just lift this light up. And as we start to lift the light, that reflection goes away and it goes to the top part of the watch, which we're cool with. So now that we have our light all set, look at it. You've done an awesome job. It already looks like you've done post work to it. So that's what you're going to aim for when you're looking and when you're lighting a subject, whether it's a person or an object. The closer you get to how you want it to look in camera, the better off and the less work you have to do in post-production. So let's take a couple shots and see how they turn out. Okay, that concludes this week's episode, and I hope this video gives you new confidence in being able to achieve great results with very inexpensive lighting. As you continue to get better at seeing the light with the cheap lighting, once we advance your system and upgrade to strobes and more expensive lighting, you'll be ahead of the game, trust me. We will continue practicing with different subject matters, from models to different things that we might want to photograph. Until next time, make sure you click like and subscribe. Reese Photography signing out.